The woman was shopping and bought a notebook. She planned to record the growth of her unborn child. However, when she opened it, she suddenly saw strange writing on the paper. It was a fragment from the future. She was stunned for a moment, but quickly calmed down and asked who had written it. Meanwhile, a girl opened the notebook again. Instantly, she recognized her mother's handwriting. She thought her comatose mother had regained consciousness, immediately ran to the basket and shook it violently. However, there was no response at all. Finally, she tried writing in the notebook, saying that she was her daughter and telling her mother that the man was a bad person, that he had betrayed her long ago. The woman read it confusedly, but soon remembered after she became pregnant. The man claimed to be working late at the office every night. She secretly went to check and, sure enough, found him intimate with his mistress. Her heart was broken and she finally believed her daughter's words. From then on, she began communicating with her daughter through the notebook. Then she asked how her daughter's life was after she was in a coma. Her daughter cried as she wrote the truth. That day, she caught the man cheating and her mother's manuscript was also confiscated. The man was furious and pushed her down the stairs. Since then, her mother has been in a coma, and the doctor said there was little chance of her waking up. The man immediately changed her medication to the cheapest one. He even forced his daughter to participate in a live broadcast, pretending to be sad while selling her mother's work to make money. Reading her daughter's writing, the woman was filled with anger and revenge. When the man returned home, she looked at the traitor and already had a plan in mind. He said that he didn't ask for a dowry, didn't hold a wedding, and even bought the house himself. Now the gossip outside was getting louder. If you want to quell the rumors, give her a dowry of 288,000 and hold a grand wedding. The man hesitated. The woman pretended to say she could postpone the wedding until she had the money. Hearing this, the man panicked. Afraid that all his years of hard work would be in vain, he rushed into debt to pay the dowry, thinking he could take full control of the woman's assets. Unknowingly, he had actually walked into a trap. The next day, the woman entered his company, handing over 10 years of copyright to the work in exchange. She asked the publisher's boss to send him to Korea as editor-in-chief, where war was raging. It was almost certain she would never be able to return. She also asked for CCTV footage to expose the affair between the man and his mistress. The boss happily agreed. Unbeknownst to this plan, the man ended up $2 million in debt. Dollar hoped that after they married, the woman would repay him. He even bought a limited edition sports car to be used as a wedding car, imagining a grand party on their wedding day. But on the wedding day, the woman threw her dress in the trash and handed the CCTV footage to the event crew, then dragged her suitcase away without looking back. When the man arrived to pick up the bride, all he found was an empty hotel and the dress thrown in the trash. When he called the woman, there was no answer. Not long after, the mistress came to inform him that reporters were waiting downstairs. The man immediately went downstairs, intending to chase them away, claiming it was a private wedding. However, in their hands was an official invitation, apparently sent directly by the woman. The man was immediately stunned. At that moment, his mistress found a piece of paper and a remote control that the woman had left behind. Everyone thought it was a surprise from her for him. They immediately asked the man to turn it on. The man happily pressed the button. However, the screen displayed intimate scenes of him and his mistress. The entire room immediately erupted in commotion. It turned out the woman had installed surveillance cameras that day. At that moment, his face appeared on the screen. He coldly declared that this marriage was over.